Okay. All right, awesome. 12 o'clock. Okay, 12 o'clock. High noon, everybody. I want to thank everybody for getting on this team Zoom. It's important to stay plugged in, and we have a lot of avenues to be able to do that. This is one of them. This is our team specific. A lot of what we deal with here are specific things that we're maybe struggling with, great trainings that we have found. We like to talk about rank advancements and any type of promotions, give high fives and shout outs to everybody who's doing incredible stuff. You know, we've had a lot of stuff happening in the last couple of weeks, and we are really excited about everything and everybody who's joining the team and ready to grow with us. David asked me to do this Zoom. You know, he's still working that day job like most of us, and sometimes things come up. So because we're a team, we're able to call on each other for different things, different needs. You know, I mean, that's how we go. We mesh together. We all work together. I like to always give a shout out to David for his just his undying, unwavering devotion to helping all of us grow. What he has been able to put together between this team Zoom call weekly as a plug-in, as well as teamelitefamily.com and all the other stuff that he throws our way is just incredible. And so, you know, we thank you, David, and just never want you to forget how appreciative we are of all the hard work that you're putting in. Okay, so not really having like a specific topic in mind, you know, something that's kind of been on my heart, and I've kind of had some talks with several people about it, and I really wanted to throw this Zoom into maybe a kind of a free-form direction. I would love for us to just have some open dialogue, just an open discussion. What I'd like to talk about and hear from each of you about is personal growth and development. How often do we hear about personal growth and development? It is mentioned constantly. So do you think maybe it's a little bit of importance there? As we grow personally, we are able to offer more value and be of more value to more people, whether those people be our team, our customers, our prospects, our neighbors, our family. It helps us to grow to be better people. I always look at it as network, in my opinion, network marketing is kind of based and founded on some Christian philosophies. You know, I mean, if you just look at the correlations between the two, it's pretty incredible. So we're always talking about this personal growth. Everybody's got their recommendations. Everybody's kind of in different places because it is a personal growth journey that we're on. It has a start date. We do start somewhere, whether we make a conscious decision or it's just something that's kind of being taught to us or drilled into us by parents, by teachers, by mentors, people we look up to. But there's always that date that we make that conscious decision. I want to be a better person. How do I do that? We begin to seek and look for some sort of mentorship, leadership, guidance. There is a plethora of incredible speakers, teachers, coaches, mentors out there. Jim Rohn is one that everybody talks about because the impact that man has had on society is unbelievable. Earl Nightingale is another one, Bob Proctor. I mean, the list goes on and on, old and new. So I have my favorites. I've made some recommendations on some of these Zooms. Some of it is been very, very impactful, very powerful for me. I think the last one I really talked about, kind of went into, because I was right in the middle of it for about the third time of going through the book. But it was Grant Cardone, and it was the 10X rule. The 10X rule was a real eye-opener to me. It was a lot of things and philosophies that I believe in, that I try and practice and also teach. But it was an eye-opener because the amount of depth that he went into in clarifying some of these regions in the different, in that walk, in the different philosophies, in running your business and kind of attacking it from a 10X. It's a multiplier, a 10X point of view. So I would really love to open this Zoom up, and if we could just be conscious of mute and unmute, I would love to hear from each of you. Who who are you listening to? Who are you reading? Who are you following? And what are you getting out of it? What impact is it making in your life? And what areas are you struggling in that you're trying to find an answer, whether it be, personal or network marketing specific? If it's something that's going to help you with your job. I mean, we have got incredible mentors here within the company, all of our masters and elites that we can get on the Master Traction Pro audios. My gosh, I'm plugged into those all the time, recommending them and letting people borrow my CDs constantly. So if we could just take a minute and everybody, maybe just give me something. David, I know David he's got a drive right now. I don't know if he could do any talking, but I see Kelly's on the line. Kelly, do you have a minute? Can you say something? Or Caleb?
Hello.
Hey, Kelly.
Favorite personal growth person? Is that?
Yeah. Maybe like your favorite of all time, somebody that has touched you in your life and you just love to go back to it time and time again, or maybe something that you're just dove right into, you're right in the middle of right now, something that is helping you.
Well, when I got to share after I had gone to that leadership summit, global leadership summit, which is a Christian, has a Christian foundation, but they make it applicable for everybody. So I think it's pretty cool that they're even teaching non-Christians. It's all scriptural, but it's what is the most meaningful for building up a team. So humility in leadership. But anyway, so from that group, one guy that I really hope y'all will stop and listen to sometime, and I'll text his name in a little bit. Just look for him on YouTube and listen to what he has to say. His first name is Rasmus, and he is the Moneyball guy for soccer in Europe. So if you saw the movie Moneyball, but really what it comes down to, he talks about, it's really the person, like in a race, it's the person who's ran the most that's likely going to win, even if they look like they're the underdog and they're not going to make it. What he learned is you put in the hours and it's going to happen. So even for us, I think it was encouraging. But he still comes out of place of, I'm pretty sure he touched on things regarding character, but that's from that summit, Global Leadership Summit. I'm listening to those guys on YouTube right now. Simon Sinek is another guy who talks about. I'll list some of the names and maybe you can post some of their talks that they do. So I know we have some.
Well, I tell you what, how about after this Zoom, maybe you can list some of those names as recommendations and put it in the Team Elite Facebook Messenger chat. I think that would be really helpful for if David, I know he can't take notes. I know that would be helpful.
Yeah, I'll be glad to do that. Okay, I'm going to mute myself. Somebody else talk.
Okay. How about Caleb? You got anything, Caleb? Honestly, that was kind of a rhetorical question. Caleb, you've always got something, somebody, you're always diving into something. You have such great book recommendations to me. You keep my library going. So
well, I appreciate that.
Tell us what you're in the middle of.
Can you guys hear me okay? Perfect. If there's any feedback, I've been having a little trouble with my headphones lately, so please just wave me down and I'll shut up.
I'll let you know.
First of all, guys, I really just want to thank you for being on here. We've actually got really the main people that I wanted to be on here, my runners, so I'm very excited about that. For people who don't know me, Matthew, I know you're a little bit newer. I wanted to kind of let you know, guys, like I said, my name is Caleb Wesley. I'm down here in New Braunfels, Texas, just north of San Antonio. And I'm kind of the cause of why you're on the Zoom call today. A little over 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to find out about LifeVantage. And from day one, it was a faith encounter for me. It has been a godsend in a lot of different ways, guys. And the fact that I have a team that is a team of believers, I think is just an absolute testament to what the Lord is doing. And now, what I really want to touch on first and foremost, though, is like my father, Mathew, kind of led into, which is personal development and growth. And it's something that, for some reason, kind of gets pushed on the back burner. And we want results. Now, as kind of a thought process, when you get a job, right? Whether you're working at McDonald's or you are a heart surgeon, you go through training. Whether you like it or not, you're going to go through training. And the tier of income tends to dictate the quality of training, right? I mean, if you're making pizzas or you're making burgers at McDonald's, you may have a couple of days of training, but you still have training. You have to learn the system. And guys, it's a proven system, right? It works. And the same thing, if you are a heart surgeon, you have to go through training, but hey, that upside is higher. So now you're looking at a decade plus of training, if not 12 years of training, to even have the opportunity to practice the profession you're wanting to go into. And what happens in network marketing, what I call social entrepreneurship, I think that's a more descriptive term for what we do, in my opinion. But when we look at social entrepreneurship, we have this very interesting reaction, whether it's myself or anybody else, that we think from day one, we know how to do it. We're going to talk to people. We're going to make a 7-figure income. And guys, it just doesn't work that way. And not only is there a system for social entrepreneurship, but also for LifeVantage, I think an important quality we forget about, though, is executing the system only gets you so far. You have to be the person that qualifies for that level of income first. And I think it was really neat, something our speaker Adam at LifeVantage Academy this past weekend kind of brought up. And initially I just kind of waved it off, but it really kind of sunk in for the past couple of days. And that is, when we look at wanting the success, right? We always look at the fruit. We always look at the fruit of the tree, what we want, right? We want the beautiful apple tree with the beautiful fruit. But we forget about the root of the tree and the decades that it took for that tree to produce fruit. It went through summers and winters. It went through dry seasons and wet seasons, and it grew and it developed, and it had fruit fall and get weary, but it grew. And that really reminds me, like I said, what Adam was talking about, of being the person first, of quality, being the leader, being the mentor, being that individual to be able to do the things that you want to do, to have the things we want to have, right? And it's the same idea. If you have to plant the tree, let it grow, let the roots develop before you get fruit. And I said all that to kind of give us an image of what personal growth looks like, not only in our lifetime, but also in our community and in this incredible industry that we're involved in, of social entrepreneurship. And that is that we have to become the person first that deserves a 7-figure income. I'm just starting that journey. The past 2 years, God has taken me on a really long, rough road of education. And he has beat into me the fact that I have to become that man first to deserve that income. The income does not come first. It just doesn't. And like Kelly said, there are so many parallels for what we're doing in social entrepreneurship and the Christian faith. And if you don't share my faith, please do not let that be a turnoff to you. I only use as an illustration so you know what's going on in my life. And with that being, we love on others, being that we have to believe and have faith in something we haven't seen for ourselves yet. I was just listening to an incredible book my father Mathew turned me on to, The First Year of Network Marketing. And I was listening to it today, and it's by an incredible, incredible couple named the Yarnells. And it's Mark and his wife, and they are just, they're incredible leaders, incredible mentors, and they fully embody what it is to give. If you give enough, you care about enough people, your worries and concerns go away. You help other people get their bills paid, your bills are paid. You help other people live their dream, you can't help but live yours, right? It's that process. But he brought up, Mr. Yarnell brought up an article that actually an atheist had written. And this atheist was getting involved in network marketing and was just depressed because he was doing all the work and he didn't see anything happening. And he realized, though, as he was going to these events, the parallels between Christianity and network marketing and social entrepreneurship. And like I mentioned, the loving on others, you have a manual to follow. There's so many parallels. But in either case, it's about who and how we develop. We don't get the end of the road until we develop in here. And I cannot stress to you enough, if you don't like your paycheck, look in the mirror. If you don't like what your organization is doing, look in the mirror. If you don't like how events are going, you don't like how you speak, you feel like you have shortcomings, look in the mirror. What are you doing today to make you better than tomorrow? I'm a big social media guy, right? That's one of my outlets to help to speak to people and help to touch people. And one of the hashtags that I use is be more, do more. And it's always in that order. You can never be more before you do more. You have to put in the effort, guys, and love on others. So to kind of answer the question, Matthew, what am I reading and doing right now? It's kind of a twofold answer. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
I got some feedback. That's why I was curious. The two things that I'm really reading right now is, one, I'm digging into my faith. I'm digging into the Bible. But I'm also just got through with an awesome book. Let me see if I can get the author's name real quick, because I recommend everybody write this down right now. Listen to it, binge it. It's incredible. And that is The Making of a Leader. And it's by Dr. J. Robert Clinton. And I'll send that out to you. The Making of a Leader by Dr. J. Robert Clinton. And what I love so much about this book, though, is that he shows you in a very doctoral way. He's very educated, and it can be a tough read because he is very well educated. But he lines out the journey and the processing that a leader goes through. And that you don't wake up and be a leader. You go through testing and development and struggles, integrity checks, and different processing and gift development. There's so many aspects to becoming a leader. And that helped to give me some excitement, because I was able to find some parallels with what's been happening in my life and the development of a leader. So I didn't mean to be so wordy, guys. I was just kind of on my heart. What I want to leave you with first and foremost is, again, look in the mirror. If you don't like it, look in the mirror. Develop yourself before you try and develop anybody else. And it just happens, guys. When you get better, you attract better people. But also when people see you developing, they're drawn to you. They're drawn to positive. You turn on the news and it's death and killing and depression. And it's all these negative things. Society, it's always negative. When you're that light, when you're that positive, people cannot help but be attracted to you. And the final thing, guys, is give yourself the time. Run like mad. 10x everything you do. But it takes time. And whether your time is 1 week or 1 year or 10 years, you don't know. But what I do know is whether it took me 2 days, 2 years, or 2 decades to make a 7-figure a month residual income, it's all worth it. So I love you guys. I'm excited that we're here. Matthew, I'll turn it back over to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Caleb. Always good information. Can you put that book in the Team Elite Messenger chat?
Absolutely. I'll do that right now.
All right. That way we can everybody can have a resource to go to kind of look at some of this stuff, and as we discover new stuff, especially in this area, personal growth and development. I mean, it's always great to share. The more we share, the better we all get together. David, do you have anything that you wanted to add about this subject? I don't know. David's kind of froze up. He may just be in a weak signal area. I do want to give a shout out to Mathew. Yes, new teammate, man. I'm so glad to have you aboard, brother. I'm looking so forward to working with you. David said he had an incredible meeting with you yesterday. A lot of time. You guys did a good, went through the checklist, did a good jump start. I saw that you also posted a announcement and invite to your first launch meeting coming up this Saturday. And so we are excited about that. We're going to be on in force to support you, team effort. Remember to keep reaching out to each and every one of us. We'll keep shooting our numbers your way so you have more resources to rely on. Wear David out, though, man. The more you call him, the more you put him to work, the faster you grow, the more we all benefit, man. It's like we all work together, and it's really special. Somebody who is excited and turned on like we are. So we're all.
Hey, Matthew, Mr. Gonzalez, real quick, sir, are you in a position to where you can chat for a moment?
Not right now.
Okay. Hey, no worries, brother. What I would like to do, Matthew, at some point is get you on a call with myself. And I want to get to know you, man. Kind of give me an update on your story, but also what you want from this, brother. Because whether it's $500 a month or $500,000, whatever it is you want, we're committed to helping you. So please, what is it you're looking for, man? And we're excited to do it with you.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, that was great. I think David still froze up. I just wanted to give that shout out to Matthew. I know we've got another new teammate. He's been in a couple weeks now, Eric Running Path in California, and Eric is he's making waves. You know, he threw his stone in the pond, and the ripples are already starting to travel. So we're really excited about him. Miss Kelly is moving. We all know David moving. Caleb, you're kicking it down where you are, man. It was really great to see you guys at LVA this weekend. And I just want to leave you with maybe some closing thoughts. We usually try and make this call. I mean, this is usually during everybody's lunch hour or whatever. We try and make this call kind of time effective. I don't want to say quick because, we'll definitely drag it out if we need to, if we got topics to talk about. But, time effective. So, I just want to leave you with some closing thoughts. We have these list of mentors, these people we follow, these sources of inspiration. I got a new one this weekend at Life Vantage Academy. I've heard about Adam Tim before, heard him speak at Elite Academy. This Saturday, we got to know him. We got to know his story. We got to know about his wife. We got to know about what was going on in their life 2 years prior to finding Life Vantage, and then the couple of years after, leading up to where he is right now, being a Pro 8 in Life Vantage. Incredible story. You talk about a rocky road. Wow, the stuff that this guy went through. So as we're walking through life, we're collecting things. We're collecting memories. We're collecting knowledge and education. We're also collecting sources of inspiration. We're collecting mentors. We're collecting teachings. I encourage you, keep your eyes open. One of my goals, I write down my goals every morning, every night. One of my goals is eyes wide open. And to me, that is just a short couple word sentence that, to me, I know what that means. It means be aware, be alert at all times. I'm constantly looking for people to talk to, people I can help in their lives, either physically, time-wise, or financially. I'm constantly looking for people that I can just help, even if it's just helping a lady put her groceries in the car. I'm looking for all of these areas where God can use me and I can be a blessing, but I'm also looking for the areas that I can find extra things to fill into my life. If we constantly give, we run dry. But when we give and we open to receive, that way we can keep refilling and replenishing our own well, our own resources. So I encourage everybody, kind of think about that, maybe dwell on that today. I really spent about 2 weeks just thinking about eyes wide open and what that meant to me and how that encouraged me to kind of walk through my day. So I encourage you guys to do the same in the Team Elite Messenger chat. I encourage everybody, put down a little something, a book that you found encouragement from, a quote. Let's keep that stuff flowing. That's why that chat is there. It's there for communication. Let's drive each other to higher heights. Let's push each other up. Let's come together, lock arms, and run up this mountain. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I'll thank everybody for being on. Let's get to work, get busy, call us. You got to call us, man, and I'll see everybody at the top. Thank you. I love everybody.
Thanks for the call,
See y'all
guys.
at Pro 10.
Y'all take care.
Thank you.
You guys did awesome. Bye now.